Are y'all ready to recap South Florida Frocktail? Well, it's time to recap the event that happened over the weekend, April 13th, 2024. So if that's some content you would like to see, please continue to watch. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Rochelle from Rochelle.Handmade.Designs, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you the recap of South Florida Frocktail. This is the second annual year that Diana, 26 by Diana, and Joanna, So Very Joe, they hosted the second South Florida Frocktail. This time they took it from Miami and brought it to Fort Lauderdale. But before we even get started, and if you are new to the channel, welcome. Hello, Ciao, Guten, Aloha, Hola, Konnichiwa, Gwaan, Sabonani, Shalom, Bonjour, Tarve. If you're returning, you guys know what to do. Quick snacks, something to drink. You don't need your notebook because I'm just going to give you a recap of what to expect if you are planning on doing it, and how I was able to do everything for a low price. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this video. All right, so first things first, the event was in Fort Lauderdale. I want to give a warm hug, thank you and everything for having me in attendance to Diana and Joanna. I also want to thank Sherelle Souls. She was fantastic, amazing as well, who was also helping the ladies with this event as well behind the scenes. So I always call them the three trio, Sherelle, Diana, and Joanna. So lovely ladies for sure. So this time they decided to do it in Fort Lauderdale. I have never been to Fort Lauderdale, so it was my first time going to Fort Lauderdale. It was a great experience. You guys, if you've been following me on Instagram, I don't know why you're not following me on Instagram, but you guys seen a lot of behind the scenes of South Florida Frocktail during the event. I also made a note that I was taking a train down to Fort Lauderdale. So the train runs from Orlando all the way to Miami, actually. And normally going down is one stop, which is in West Palm Beach, and then on to Fort Lauderdale. On the way back, it's normally two stops. It's the Boca Raton location, and then West Palm Beach, and then back to Orlando. So I know with the Brightline, they're planning on doing Tampa. Will be a track going from Orlando to Tampa, and then I think Tampa down to Miami at some point. I don't know. But I'm keeping my eyes peeled for that as well. Now, South Florida Frocktail last year, they were testing the track. So that was the plan, to ride the Brightline, which is basically a high-speed train, like I mentioned, that goes all the way down to the south from Orlando, all the way down to the south to Miami. And most of the stations are close to an airport. In my case, the Brightline for Orlando is at the airport. So for those who comes here or whatever, they could definitely take the Brightline. If the ticket is cheaper to go to Orlando, you could definitely get on the Brightline and go down to Miami. And I'll tell you about the tickets here shortly. So one thing with the Brightline I would say is I took my entire family with me. They don't let me go nowhere by myself. I'm just joking. But actually it was my husband's idea for all of us to get on the Brightline to try it for the first time instead of just me by myself. And you know, I'm always with my family, so I enjoy them being there. It was no big thing for them to jump on the Brightline with me, so that was fun as well. Now, in terms of tickets for the Brightline, because I know many of you who stay in Florida always have asked me and DM me, was it worth it and what was the price? Was Brightline worth it? Absolutely. Reason being is because it was actually cheaper for one person than it was to buy a ticket on Spirit, Frontier, Delta, all the airlines you can imagine, right? It was cheaper to take the Brightline for 2 hours instead of jumping on a plane, wait, all the hassle, right? So for a family of 4, round trip, I paid $325 on the Brightline. That's round trip. So if you think of round trip, That's 8 tickets. So really it was $39.99 per ticket per person. So just think of $39.99 times 2, almost $80 round trip for each person, right? Also, I got to pick the time that I wanted to leave. So I left Friday at 3:50, got down to Fort Lauderdale about 6:15, and then on the way back we left on the 1:50 train and got back to Orlando right at about 4, so about 4:15. So that was amazing to do as well. So that's enough about the Brightline. Let's get right on into what happened. So you guys, everyone's dress and everything that people made was amazing. So a couple of shout outs I want to give who I met for the first time. I met Will for the first time. I forgot her name, but it was this one lady. She won most dramatic. I forgot her name, but I'll put it up on the screen once I can remember it. She was most dramatic. And when I say her dress, that yellow dress with the corset and the petticoat, it was super amazing. So yes, I enjoyed meeting new people, connecting with people that I met last year. Adra was there, Tammy was there, Carmen was there, Will was there. Who else? It was so many people. Mimi, aka Michelle, Melanie was there, Grace was there. It was so many people who were there from last year that came back this year. So it was just kind of like another family reunion, honestly, with some, you know, people that came this year to support. So I do appreciate meeting new people, but also connecting with the people from last year as well. So in terms of like the sponsors, door prizes and everything, so grabbing my bag, give me 1 second. All right, so in terms of like the sponsors this year, there was so many sponsors. So what I received in my gold bag was Core Fabrics was one of the sponsors, and they gifted a 15% off your first order using the discount code below. I'm not gonna share that discount code, but it was 15% off is what they gifted to all the attendees. Another one was namedclothing.com. They gifted 20% off discount when you use the code, and it expires April 30th. Good for one person there. Another sponsor was Sew House 7. They gifted 25% off your order by using the discount code. Another sponsor, Fancy Frock Fabrics. Never heard of them, but it was 20% off your order using the discount code provided. Another one was LA Finch Fabrics, and they provided a lot of sewing machine stickers. That's what you got there. Love Notions was a sponsor, and they provided a free gift. Just use the code, and it expires June 30th. So you get one free gift, any single regular price pattern as a free gift. You could only use it one time, and they provided a code. So I'm just going to show the back side and not that code. All right. Another sponsor, Folk Wear. Never heard of them, but they provided 25% off your folk wear order at checkout with the code on the card. Okay. And then one thing that I like, I have never used them, but I know about them. I don't get a lot of PDF patterns printed, but it's Brooklyn Motif Printing, which is a place where you could get, if you do PDF printing like I've been doing, I just been printing it in letter and just kind of, you know, glue them together myself for PDF patterns. But Brooklyn Motif Printing did a 20% off your pattern printing order when you use the code. So I'm just going to show that part, but you got to use the code in order to get that 20% off. It's good for one use only. All right. So that was in the bag. So let's talk about a little bit more about Frocktails. Okay. So, and then also in the bag, you received a tape measure and a point turner as well. All right. So that was what was in our goodie bag. So another thing with Frocktail, the DJ was great. The food was great. The drinks, I did not indulge in any drinks whatsoever. There was some goods and some weirdness going on with the, just to be 100% honest, weirdness going on with some, the bartender, but you know, she did the best that she can. You know, it's just, if you're a bartender, it would be great to know the drink that individuals are asking for, in my opinion. But you know, as a mixology, you know, I figured you know how to do some mixes, but nor here or there, you know, we're not going to even talk about that whatsoever. So let's talk about prizes. So when we showed up, you were given, I believe it was 6 tickets, and there were different bags, once again, that you could put your tickets in. And if you guys don't remember my last video, which I'm going to put up right here, but I'm also going to put it on the end screen and in the description box below to last year's Frocktail 2023. So all my tickets went into Mimi G Oliso Urn. I mean, when I say I did not put tickets nowhere else, all my tickets went in that. And my urn is sitting right here. And I won this urn last year at South Florida Frocktail 2023. So this year I won twice. And the first one, I'm going to say the second one, I'm going to save the other one for later. But I received Sewing in the City. And what I received in the envelope from them was Sewing in the City, congratulations, 1 pattern or course bundle. We will forward your information to Sewing in the City in order for me to receive that 1 pattern or course bundle. So I do appreciate that, Joanna and Diana. It's Sewing in the City. It's one of the prizes that I won because my ticket was called. All right. The other thing that I won because my ticket was called was a Aliso urn and ironing board cover. Yeah, so that's the ironing board cover there. And then the iron that I won. So this is the iron that I won right here. Is the Oliso Smart Iron. And the crazy part about it is, if you missed my video last year, I manifested it and said that I'm going to win me another iron. And I did a year later, almost a year later. Okay. So one thing that I had in my, going into the drawing was, I have an iron for downstairs that I use in my sewing machine. And my kid, my daughter, I should say, she used my Mimi G iron. And it's like a Sewist that have paper scissors and fabric scissors. And someone come and grab your fabric scissors. You're like, hold on, wait. Why you cutting paper with my fabric scissors, right? So it was pretty much the same thing in that sense. And I was like, I need to buy another iron for upstairs in my office where there's another ironing board at. Well, I don't need to buy another iron because we won this, okay? We won this at the South Florida Frocktail 2024. So Mimi G's was 2023. This one is 2024. Now, what can I manifest if they have another Frocktail next year? Another damn iron. Duh. Nah, I think, I don't know the prizes, but you know, I think for me, any prize is always a good prize or whatnot. It's just, I always want to go for the best prizes, of course. So my experience with South Florida Frocktail has always been amazing. The vibe is always there. Anytime I'm with Diana, it's always nothing but love. It's like a family reunion. Joanna, I've been knowing Joanna since Mimi G's conference 2016, I believe. But during the Mimi G conference with Joanna, we didn't really get to talk because we were in 2 separate groups. Because I believe at that conference, it was my first conference, but I believe Joanna, she's been there before. So we did not really talk then, but moving into kind of like years down the road, we knew each other, but never really talked until I want to say 2021, 2022 is when we really started talking on Instagram, and it's been nothing but a vibe since then. So seeing her last year and again this year was totally amazing. Sherelle, amazing as well, because we didn't really, Sherelle and I seen each other last year, but at South Florida Frocktail, but it was so many people that I was making my way around, and Sherelle and I, we really didn't get to talk much last year, so I was happy to see Sherelle this year and basically just vibe with her for sure. It was great to see Tammy. It was great to see Adria. So it was so many people reconnecting with from last year that I was super excited to see this year as well. So yeah, and a couple of outfits that I found to be, you know, super good outside of the Dapper lady. I like Michelle's. I think it was a jumpsuit, if I remember correctly. Michelle's white jumpsuit was amazing, which I'm going to show you guys all of that in the runway clip here coming up shortly. Her outfit was super cute. If you're not following her, you're just going to need to follow every single person on Instagram, okay? And during the runway show, all of their handles will be up. So I enjoyed Michelle's outfit. I enjoyed Kiana's outfit, Gigi Proud Mom. I enjoyed, let's see, who else? That just comes to the top of my head. Like, honestly, everyone's outfit was amazing, for sure. Kizzy from Kizzy Stitches. Her outfit was so cute, so cute. And one thing I will say is, like, a lot of us were last minute getting started on the outfit, and some completed, some didn't complete, but my dress, I will show pictures of my dress as well, but stay tuned because it's coming up where I did behind the scenes sew along for you guys. So you guys will be seeing that coming up this week as well. So yeah, so that's it in terms of South Florida Frocktail. One thing I want to mention is I am also going to Atlanta Frocktail next month. It's in about 2.5 weeks. Now, you may be asking, Rochelle, what the hell are you sewing for it? And I'm just going to be honest with you. I have my pattern picked out already. It's already cut, so I'm making a little bit of progress this week in getting at least the top. I'm sewing a 2 or maybe 3-piece outfit, preferably a 2. One thing I know about myself and Frocktail is I love heels, don't get me wrong, but because I don't wear heels on a daily basis, it's not going to be practical for Atlanta Frocktails, period. So we're going to go with flats, or yeah, I'm going to go with flats or a lower heel compared to what I wore for South Florida Frocktail for sure. But I love the dress. It was amazing. 360 machine was amazing. So yeah. So that's it in terms of South Florida Frocktail. Stay tuned because now we finna get into the runway show.
Yeah, y'all me love when you wind up your ass. Y'all me love when you wind up your ass. Yeah, y'all me want you feel bubble 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 bubble. Y'all me want you feel bubble 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 bubble. Yeah, y'all me love when you wind up your ass. Y'all me love when you wind up your ass. Yeah, y'all me want you feel bubble 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 bubble. Y'all me want you feel bubble 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 bubble. Y'all me want you feel sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Y'all me want you feel sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Girl, me want you feel say it good, say it right. Funny bike back, you hold on tight. Sweet lover, all night. Make your moon high like kite. Girl, you never get a man so nice. Day in her life, she no want left my side. Love how she dash it like dice. She no want me feel leave her night. Bubble, 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 bubble. Girl, me want you feel bubble, 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 bubble. Girl, me want you feel sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Girl, me want you feel sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. That girl, yeah, she bad jail. When she drop it like convict, up in her something like athlete. Swear this a cause conflict. She no want go home, no. She drop it like banana. Miss Liquor riding hood longer. Grab me, wine to this big sound. Girl me want you, girl me want you. Bubble, 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 bubble. Girl me want you. Bubble, 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 bubble. Girl me want you. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Girl me want you. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Girl me want you. Say it good, say it right. Funny bike, but you wanna tighter. Sweet lover, all nighter. Make your moan high like kite. Girl you never get a man so nice. They in her life, she no want left my side. Love how she dash it like dice. She no want me feel.
Mini skirt on, take my body in glitter. Platform sneakers, all the boys want a picture. Two foreign cars, I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby.
All right, so there you have it. That is the entire recap of South Florida Frocktail. I hope you enjoyed. And if you found this video to be educational, inspiring, and fun, or if you want to know more about Brightline or South Florida Frocktail, you know, definitely if you're going to be at the Atlanta Frocktail, definitely do not be a stranger. I am a hugger. So I'm going to come in like, hey, hey, hey. That's just me and my personality. Don't be scared. You can let me know in the DM if you don't want me to give you a hug. That's cool. It's not going to hurt my feelings whatsoever. All right. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, keep sewing.
They wanna know what I'm on. Got diamonds dancing on my neck. That is the vibe I'm on. Drip way too lit. Who gon' check? You can tell me none. Boss mode in effect, and my money long. If you ain't talking money, don't talk to me. I be over here where the bosses be. Pockets on thick, cause I eat my greens. Way too hot, 3,000 degrees. No pictures, please. Cameras flashing, I'm VIP. I'm a big